Hello everyone and welcome to this video presentation. In this video presentation we will see how we can combine sharing permissions with NTFS permissions. So in this lab we have a scenario which the company Emballage ACD Inc. is a startup company and they don't have the budget to buy a Windows server, so they decided to use one desktop computer which is PC1-XX, which is running Windows 7 as their data storage. So you will need a second Windows 7 computer, which is PC2-XX, that will be used to test each user's access to the different shares that we're going to create now on PC1. So this company, they have 4 departments: sales, marketing, accounting, and support. So the structure of our 2 computers will be as follows. So you have PC1 computer, which has 2 hard disks, but for now just create 1 hard disk because the other hard disk we will be creating inside as a virtual disk. So we have 1 hard disk C, which we will format with NTFS, and in that partition we will have a data folder. Inside our data folder we will have 4 department folders: sales, marketing, accounting, three department folders: sales, marketing, and accounting. On each one of the department folder we will have different folders. Like in sales we will have 2 folders: admin and customers. In marketing we will have private and public, and in accounting we will have managers and bookkeeping. On this C drive we will create a virtual disk in which we will format as FAT32, not NTFS. And then on that partition we will create a tech support folder in which we will create 2 folders: help desk and knowledge base. Then we'll have a second computer which is PC2-XX, on which we were going to be testing the access of the different users that we'll be creating to see how can they access the different folders according to their permissions. So let's start by creating our first 2 computers. So I created already 2 computers here, PC1-XX, and it's very important to make sure that inside Windows the computer name is the right name. So it's PC1-XX. Don't rely only on the name on VirtualBox Manager. It's very important that the name inside Windows is the right name. So we can see that the names are right on these 2 computers. So now on this first computer here, I will create on the C drive, I will create a folder that is called data. Under data, I need to create 3 folders: sales, marketing, and accounting. So I will open data. Here I will create 3 folders. One is sales, one is marketing, and one is accounting. Okay. Inside sales, I have 2 folders. So I open sales. I create 2 folders. One is admin, and the second one is customers. Then inside data, I have the marketing folder. So I go to the marketing folder. I will create 2 folders, private and public. And then under the accounting folder, I have 2 folders. I think it's manage or manager. Do I have the names here? Manager. So the folder is manager. And the other folder is bookkeeping. So I created my structure here. Okay. For the second one, I need to create first this partition. So let's go follow this. So here we have to add a second disk and format it with FAT32. So log on to PC1XX, which we are. So we will go to control panel In the category view, select system and security. And under administrative tools, we need to click on create and format hard disk partition. This will open up the disk management console. So you know that there are different ways to open the disk management console, but this is the steps that we have on this lab. On the action menu, click on create VHD. So click on create action, create VHD. So we have to put this under the C drive. So we'll browse to the hard disk C on our computer. So we will create our VHD here, and we will code this VHD fat.vhd. So we'll create a file here, fat.vhd. Of course, we have to define the size of the disk. So here it's tells us 1000 MB. And we'll make it fixed size, not dynamic, fixed size. We click OK. So once it's created, we need to initialize it. So now we see that it's not initialized. So we have to right click, initialize the disk. We will use MBR, click OK. And then we have to create a partition. So we create a new simple volume, and we will format it with FAT32. So we'll give it drive letter E, because we see here this is the drive letter E that we have. So, and we will format it with FAT32. And the volume label, we will call it support. So this will be support. So that's step number 6. So click on next and finish. So this, we can close that. We can close that and that. And now we have our second disk, which is support. Okay. So now we have to create the following users and groups and assign users and groups membership as follows. So to create users and groups, we go to the computer management and we go to local users. So let's create the users here. So we have John. So let's create John. Maria. Eric. Fred. Martin. Alexia. Johan. And Peter. So we created our users. Now we need to create our groups. So we have a sales group, marketing group, accounting, and support. So we go to the groups container here. We right click, we create a new group. So I will create the group sales. And the members, I will add the members. Who are the members? John and Maria. So I can type John, semicolon, Maria, and click OK. So these are the members of the group sales. Create. Now I need to create the marketing. And the members are Eric and Fred. So I type Eric, semicolon, Fred. I create accounting. The members are Martin and Alexia. And the last group support, we have Joanne and Peter. So now we created our groups. So if we check the groups here, if I see support, I will see who is in support, accounting, I will see who is in accounting and so on. I can check it in the other way around. If I go to users, if I go check Eric, I see he is member of what? He's member of marketing. Eric is member of marketing and users. Everybody is member of users by default. Okay. So we created the users and groups. Now we have to create the folders for the departments. So we already created that in the previous step. So I created these folders. The only one that I did not create is the support one, because we had not created that before. So we have to create now on the E drive. We need to create a tech support folder. And in the tech support, we'll have to create two folders. One is help desk, and the other one is knowledge base. Okay, so we created all that. We created that. So now we are at the last step of this lab, which we need to share the folders, and we need to assign NTFS permissions. So it's telling us here that we need to share the sales folder. So if I go here, if I go to the data, I need to share the sales folder. So I right click, go to properties, sharing, advanced sharing, and click on share this folder. So we share this folder. What permission do we need to give? Always we remove everyone as usual. We remove everyone. So for sales, we need to have put the sales group. So I need to add the sales group. Instead of adding John and Maria, I know that I put them in a group. So I can just add the sales here. So the sales group, I put the sales group, not individual users. And this is the best practice, not to put users, to put them in groups here. So for sales group, what I need to do here is I need to put traverse folder. So, okay, I'm sorry, I'm here. We give them full access. So we give the sales group full access. Okay, let's go to the marketing group, share it. What permission we remove everyone, and we give the group full access, the marketing group. So remove everyone and we add marketing, and we give them full access. Now for accounting, we share it, and permission, we remove everyone, and we add the accounting group, and we give them also full access. And the last but not least, on the E drive now, we have the tech support folder. We share it. And for the permission, again, we remove everyone and we give the support group give them full access. So we did the sharing permission now on all the folders here. So all these folders, we give them the permissions: the sales, the marketing, the accounting, and tech support. Now we need to set the security permission or NTFS permission. So now it's the last table here in our lab, which is the security permission. So let's go to the sales folder and let's set the security permission. So if I go to security, by default, I see authenticated users and users, and this is not good. So this has to be removed on all the folders. So what I can do before doing that, I can do it maybe on the level of the data folder, because if I remove the users and authenticated users on the data folder, it will be removed on every other subfolder. So instead of removing it from individual folders, I can do it on the data folder. So if I go to properties, security, advanced, change the permission, and I will remove the inheritance. I will click on add, not on remove. So now I can remove users and authenticated users. So now this permission will apply to any subfolders of the data folder. So if I go here, if I check the accounting permission, system administrators. So users and authenticated user now are not there, are gone. And this is what I want to do instead of doing it on individual folders. So I did it on the root folder. So what I need to do now, I need to go to sales. So, and I need to set the permissions here. So I'll go to properties, security. I need to put the sales group. So I will edit and I will add the sales group. Okay, what permission I need to give to the sales group? Here is telling me traverse folders, execute files, list folders, read data. So this is basically a read permission. But just to make sure, I can go under the advanced tab and select my sales group and change their permission. And here I can select what I want. So traverse folders and files, execute files, list folders, and read data. So the permissions that we see here are combined together, are called the read and execute permission, or the read, these permissions here. So when I select read and execute, automatically this is what we need here. So now on the admin folder, I have an admin folder here. I need to set permission for John. So I go to security and I will add John and give him full control. So I select John, give him full control. Now I go to the customers folder. If I set the permission, I need to have the sales group, which I have already. I need to give them modify. So now I need to change the permission for this one, because by default, the sales did not have modify, they have read only. So I can click on modify. So that means that under this subfolder, on the customer subfolders, the sales group have access to modify, but not on the admin folder. So now if I go to the marketing folder, I will check the permission here. I need marketing group to have read only, or read and execute. So I'll type add marketing. So marketing, they need to have read and execute, which is this one. And click OK. Now inside marketing, I have the private folder. So the private folder, the permission I need to set is Eric full control. So I need to add Eric here and give him full control. So now Eric has full control. If I go to the public folder, I need marketing group. I need to give them modify. So they did not have modify. So I need to change that. So the marketing group, I will need to give them modify. So now they have modify. If I go to the accounting folder, I go to security. I need the accounting group to have read and execute. So I will need to add the accounting. And I will give them read and execute. The manager, I will give Martin full access, full control. So I will add Martin. I will give Martin full control. For the bookkeeping, I need the accounting group modify. So I will just, the accounting group, I will need to change it to modify. So now I will go to the second disk, which is the E drive, which is formatted with FAT32. And I need to set this permission. So if I right click, properties, I don't have a security tab. So I'm not able to set these permissions here. Okay, for the tech support group, because I don't have a security tab. Why I don't have a security tab? Because this is a FAT32 disk, it's not NTFS. When I'm on FAT32, I cannot set security. There is no security. Security is only on NTFS partitions. So that's to demonstrate to you that I cannot set the permission on the security permission. I was able to set the sharing permission. I set the sharing permission, no problem, but not the NTFS permissions. Okay, so that's the support group. Okay, I don't need to set the sharing permission for the subfolders because the subfolders are, or I did not ask me, but if I wanted, I could set the permissions here for the help desk to give, to share it maybe for Joanne. No, I'm not supposed to do that because sharing is completely different from security, and it should remain like it is. We could not put any permissions on the FAT32 drive. So that concludes this video presentation, and see you on next presentation.